In our video number 11 is plumbing, electrical, and mechanical. And mechanical is the furnace and the air conditioner. Basically on these items, the heating contractor, he specs out how big a furnace, how big an air conditioner, because you can't, if you go too big, it won't work correctly. Which, you know, I've heard it a million times. I would just put a bigger one in and it would work better. Actually, it does not work better. And they size the duct work, which the air goes in, they size that to the size of the furnace. So that's why you let the heat man do it, and it should work correctly. Now on picking a furnace and picking a air conditioner is a whole different thing, because sometimes you can spend a little bit of money and your energy level will go up. And that's basically from an 80% furnace to a 92%. I only put in the 92%. And the 92% furnaces, as you can see here, it's got these two pipes. And these two pipes come right out of the furnace. They come up, they work themselves out the side of the house. If you have an 80% furnace, you will not have these white pipes. 80% furnace has a big silver pipe, and it will directly go through the roof. So if you want to know what type of furnace somebody has, you look in the roof, and if they have a big vent coming out of the roof, they got an 80% furnace. They don't have a 92 or up on their furnaces. This furnace, it's American Standard. They make all kinds of different brands. They all probably got good warranties. It's going to depend on your furnace company that you're using, is what brand they like to go with. Here's those heat ducts I was telling you. You know, we build this soffit to hide them and sheetrock them. But those are sized on how big your furnace is and how big your air conditioner is. Now, if you want to go with a bigger or the SEER value more on your air conditioner, these are a 13 SEER, and that's standard. If you want to go to a 15 SEER, you have to upgrade the furnace. So you start getting into way more money. And I have an energy guy that can guide you through that process of, if I spent $3,000 more on my furnace, how long is it going to take me to get my money back? Some of these things takes a long time. Some don't. So really you just have to be more educated on that. And again, when you do a built job, you can pick and choose what you want and where you want to spend your money. And that's probably the biggest key. Now, we have the electrical and the plumbing, or electrical and the plumbing. The only thing that's different from the last 20 years on the plumbing is they use this plastic pipe. It's not copper no more. And we've been using this for a long time. Got these fittings here, and they squeeze them on. And I tell you what, you cannot, that pipe, when you squeeze that fitting on, it will not come off. And I tried to cut one off, so I cut the little bracket off. I want to see how in the world this thing don't leak. Because when I first saw it, I couldn't believe it. So I cut one of those off. Took that piece right off, right there. And I still cannot get the elbow out. The pipe makes a connection around that elbow, and it will not come off. Absolutely will not come off. And I turned the water on without the bracket on there, and it leaked a little because it didn't have that pressure, because the plastic was just embedded into there's grooves around it. It's embedded in there. So I was pretty impressed. I couldn't believe that that thing just didn't go all over the place, and works really nice. Real easy to work with. Plumbing really hasn't changed, you know, and again, it goes back to on the plumbing, you know, do you want a fiberglass unit for a tub and put tile on the wall like we use, or do you want to go all fiberglass? You know, everything besides that, your faucets and your garbage disposals and your toilets are all, you know, the builders use builder grade again on all that, and you could spend $1 million. So a lot of my houses, I am not doing builder grade stuff. I'm doing upgraded sinks and faucets. So, but it's different everywhere, and it's different on your what price home you're gonna buy. Now, on the electrical is about the same too. So it's been, I don't think it's changed much in a long time. You know, everything goes into a box. All your wires go in here. They all lead up. There's not a lot. Again, it's the fixtures. That's the big killer, is the fixtures. You know, you can spend $25 for a fixture or $50. And so that's kind of the big difference. This particular house, we've already pre-wired for stereo speakers. Got some stereo speakers here in the ceiling. And we ran back all our TV wires and all our stereo wires to one spot in the basement. And they're all in this big bundle. That's every TV and every wire all ran to one spot. So you can actually put all your receivers here. You can put your stereo equipment. You can put everything out of sight. And the way we run the wires, your remote could be 100 feet away. Makes no difference. It's still going to pick it up. So I think that's really about it on the electrical. You know, when you, again, do a build job, you can determine where you want to turn things on and off at. How many three-way switches or more than a single switch. Three-way switch means you could turn the same light on 2-3 different places. So it's again, just you got more options. The fireplace here, this is a gas fireplace. It's again like a builder's model. You just turn it on like a light switch, and the gas is going to pop on. Don't have to worry about wood, and it's a nice thing. But you could spend $5,000 for the same fireplace. It's going to look different, and it might have blowers on it. This one doesn't have no blowers, but heat still comes out of it. So again, it depends on what you want to spend. And again, when you're doing a built job, you have a lot of options. So I think that's about it.